That's really close. And the microphone, of course, Chrome is not responding. Top sucks. That's why I'm doing this, because then I might see if OBS works a little bit better. Wow. Microphone that unmutes it. I don't know if anyone can hear properly. Proper. I don't think that mic's right. Let me see something. So that is details, playlists, languages, comments, blah, blah, blah. Do not see anywhere. You are in the chat. Hi, Little Wolf. Do you hear me okay? Audio is okay. Cool. This camera is super close. I do not need it that close. Or something. Like I said, I'm kind of doing a little bit of a test run because I'm wearing a lapel mic or a lavalier mic, and I'm hoping it picks up all right. Otherwise, I don't want to have to use the microphone that's in the webcam because it's probably going to be really crappy. And, well, hello. Like I said, this is just kind of a trial run, so I thought I'd go live, see what everyone's up to tonight. Chase is over there working out right now, and we need to mod some of you people. So GeoSam modded, Heat Shield modded. There you guys go. And I got little Bailey snoozing away right behind me. And the other dogs are snoozing because they were barking all day long. And that's wonderful. And I just got done watching Alien X Gaming's interview with PhD Tony. That was really cool. I kind of really like that whole idea of the interviews that he's doing. Kind of gets you to know some of the YouTubers out there a little bit more personally, which I think is a really cool idea. I think it was very smart of him to come up with that. Kind of jealous that he came up with that idea. That's pretty. So if you guys haven't checked it out, go. Yeah, Sir Little Wolf. Same thing. He hit me up. I was kind of surprised as well. But I think that's awesome that he's just kind of going around to everyone, whether you're a big creator or a little creator. You know, I'm only at, what am I at, like 64 subscribers, and the fact that he reached out to me was just absolutely amazing. And so anyone who is putting stuff out there, if he's contacting you, do it. I mean, why not? Helps boost him up a little bit, helps boost yourself up a little bit. And I just like how he's been going about it. So I've been watching him to kind of get a little bit of an idea of like what questions might be asked. So then that way I have kind of a heads up of what my answer should be. And I'm sorry, the lighting in here is absolutely garbage because both lights are on either side kind of behind me instead of in front of me. And we got a ring light, and maybe someday I'll use that and check it out. Or I'll just stream from somewhere else. No fish tank. I did get new fish today. I got 3 Congo tetras, which right now they look pretty dull because they're adolescents. And when they get to adulthood, they kind of have this really beautiful fin shape for their tail fin, and it kind of comes out to like it's kind of like triangular, and then it kind of fans out where it almost looks like exhaust coming out of a rocket with some black, and then their body gets like almost like a black and blue iridescence to it, and it's super cool. And then I got a really huge wood piece for the centerpiece in there, because the one that I have in there now underneath is a slate rock, so I can't really plant any plants around it very well, just because that slate's in the way, so they don't root down. And it's been in there for a while, so it's starting to deteriorate. So I'm going to boil up the wood tomorrow to get rid of any tannins that's in it and any bacteria or anything. And then I'm probably going to pull some of the subwasser tang out of my tank and super glue it onto the wood piece so it kind of looks like leaves on a tree, and get that in there. And hopefully it stays sunk, because sometimes wood needs to get waterlogged pretty good. Like I had a piece of slate. Like if you check out my aquarium video that I had, if you look at a piece of wood in the back left, I had a piece of slate rock on top of it, and it's because that piece of wood wasn't waterlogged yet, and so it kept floating up every time I would bump off the slate. And I finally was able to take the slate off of that, and so that's going to go in there. I'm super excited about that. Kind of rearrange some of the plants again, because I have some really tall plants that I want in better areas for the fish to swim around and hide in. I know, right? Witchcraft. It does depend though, kind of on which wood you get. Like most Mupani wood, if I soak it with the tannins, it sinks pretty quickly. But driftwood obviously floats really easily, and so I need to get rid of that. So that's kind of my little project for tomorrow. But yes, Heat Shield, I'm glad you subbed to Alien X, because it is pretty cool. And no one's live streaming right now, so I figured why not. Irish Demon just got finished, and I got a new webcam. It's supposed to be a 4K webcam, better than what my laptop is, I guess. So that's cool. I tried to, exactly, hence the name Drift. I tried to live stream earlier today with my DJI Pocket 2. But because I don't have 1,000 subscribers, I can't live stream from something mobile. If you guys haven't seen a DJI Pocket 2, it's basically like a little gimbaled video camera, and it comes in this little case, which is kind of cool. You can just put it in, and then you can slide it in your pocket, hence the name Pocket 2. But it comes with like a little tripod that attaches to it, and so like you can open this up, which was really unique, and screw that onto the bottom of the Pocket 2. Otherwise, like what you would do is, like if I turn it on, you can see it's gimbaled, and then you can just hold it, so that way no matter where you go. I would, what time tomorrow, Sam? Because I probably would be free. I don't think I have anything going on. This thing is trippy. Like, look at that. It's so weird. And it's cool. Like, you know, it doesn't just face. I can turn it like this and it will slowly move the other direction. I can control it with the joystick. There's different settings that you can do. Like if I have it attached to my phone or synced up to my phone, I can select myself. And so as I move around, this will automatically follow me. So like if I have it on a tripod, it'll follow me back and forth. You can see it's got a little display there. I can flip it. No, not that one. There's one, and there's a way I know I can. 1, 2, 3. There. So now I can be in selfie mode. 1, 2, 3. Flip it back the other way. And yeah, this thing is pretty cool. But yeah, I couldn't live stream with it today. I was pretty upset because I thought it would have been kind of cool to be able to have it where it just follows me around. But even then, I think some of the settings are messed up with it. So, wah wah. But I do want to use this for when I do some drone videos, because I would like to do some walking in the woods. Like my most current drone video titled Minnesota fall footage or something like that. I flew the drone through the woods, which is terrifying because you got to make sure to kind of stay away. It does have some obstacle avoidance, and so I was able to stay away from some stuff. But it was kind of funny because there was a bunch of dead leaves on the ground, on the path, on the walking path that we were on, kind of on the backside of this bluff where not a lot of people would go. And as the drone was flying, it was literally clearing out a path, just blowing the leaves all around. it's really cool shot, but it's nerve-wracking having the drone flying that close to trees and being really slow on the controls. And so with this thing, at least now I can walk and it still has that really smooth motion without like footsteps going. So if I want to go by waterfalls, or if I'm in the middle of a forest or something else, I can just kind of add it to my drone videos, which there's supposed to be snow happening today and tomorrow. And well, I guess it would be, what is today, Wednesday? So it'd be Thursday and Friday. We're supposed to get snow. So I might just grin and bear it and do a hand launch with the drone and try to get some snow footage of on the trees and everything else like that. I'm going to do it after the snowstorm because clearly I don't want to get any moisture in the propeller motors or anything like that. But I am itching to get some drone footage. Hi, Surf. How you doing today? Babbling on. Like I said, this is kind of just a live test. I was babbling on about how I might want to do some more drone footage, but I am missing flying the drones and editing videos. I felt like I was finally starting to get in a good routine or a good flow of editing them. Like you look at my very first drone video, if you go back after this, and it's terrible. Like I did not have it edited to music very well at all, and it was just all sorts of yes, this thing would be absolutely amazing for snowboarding. I've seen lots of like commercial previews on how people utilize them, but to do it while you are on a skateboard, because then it's gimbaled, or like I said, with that little tripod, you put it down on the ground and you highlight yourself, and if you like skateboard around it, it'll follow you, which is kind of cool. But anyways, yeah, that drone video was terribly edited, like really abrupt movements and stuff. And then the video after that was kind of like my first try of actually editing. Once I got I bought Power Director, and cool, I will do that, Sam. I will check on there. Stalker Cam, I like that. I bought Power Director and I started to learn it and started to understand it, and I kind of went along, and then I realized like you could do beat drops in there, so I knew when there was a heavy beat to do a clip change, and you can kind of see the progression in my videos as I go along. So I felt like I finally was getting a good handle on it, and then all of a sudden September hit, and I did get some flying in September, but there was a lot of like just very cloudy days or very windy days. Some rain, not much, and then obviously the sun going down sooner than later. And I am not a morning person. I'll be up in the morning if I need to be, but really I like wake up around noon, go to bed around 4, just because I'm online a lot, watching some of the streams and talking with people. I've always been kind of a night person. But yeah, so I haven't been up early enough to go flying. Plus it's just cold, and it's when you're playing with joysticks for 20-30 minutes in like 30-degree weather, it's not exactly fun on the hands. And then I would also need to hand catch it just because there's snow on the ground, unless I throw a landing pad down. But with white snow being everywhere, a lot of times it messes up with the kind of like the I forget what they call it. It's not the obstacle avoidance, but it's like a ground sensing, where like if you fly over snow or over water, you got to be careful of how high you are above it, because if you get really low, it starts to not pick up where the ground is, and you can actually fly your drone into the ground or into the water just because it can't sense it. So I'd probably hand catch it, which I did that with my Mavic Air 2, and I sliced my finger pretty good. It actually was in that forest shot. I was catching it with my hand, and that's because someone was walking by, and so I got a little distracted. My fingers got a little bit too high and sliced them up pretty good. Those things go pretty fast. But I have a Mavic Air 2 Mavic 2 Pro and a Mavic 2 Zoom. And then I have some like Holy Stone drones that were kind of bought just for fun. The video is terrible on them, but they're really fun to fly for practicing. And then I got this little guy that we fly around in the house, and it's kind of cool. It can do rolls and it can do flips and stuff like that. It's not an FPV drone, but it is just a little kind of like more of a toy drone and stuff. And how you doing, Steve? Nice to see you here. But yeah, it's just a little guy. Let me see something. I think I charged it up. See, now I pulled out the drone and I want to play with it. So it's like little controller. If I didn't have the guards on it, you can actually tuck it in here and then you can charge it with this as well. All right, let's see if I can pop it up. There it goes. It's going all over the place. It's because it's not calibrated very well. There we go. I do not fly my good drones as terrible as this one. But yeah, that's my little guy. Kind of a dorky little thing. It's one of those where in the wintertime take it down in the garage and have some fun with it down there. Being I live in an apartment. I didn't think I'd fly a drone on camera, but anyways. So yeah, so I'm excited for some snow. I'm excited for it because it's a lot of brown up here and there's a lot of dog turds out there because the apartment complex people here are not cool, and so there's a lot of dog turds everywhere, and so I'm ready for snow to kind of cover it so I don't see it everywhere. Here, Noki, come here. Let's see if we can get Noki to come. Come here, buddy. Come on. Yep, there we go. So he's in my lap. Let's say hi to everyone. He's tired. He's like, I just want to go to bed. He's like, him and Gizzy, you say bedtime or you say crate, and they get super excited and they go running for their crate, and they will get grumpy at you if you don't put them in your crate. Whereas Bailey, he sleeps in the bed. He is gonna be 14 this year. 14-year-old min pin. He's got a big old tumor on his belly, and he's been hacking a lot lately, but he's still pretty much how he's always been. And when he lays in the bed, he takes about 200 times the amount that of size he actually is. Snow where you're at. I got to figure out what was my phrasing? What did I say? Uh-oh. Little wolf calling me out. I'm kind of shocked. Here in Minnesota, we don't have a lot of snow, at least not in the Twin Cities, for the middle of January, and we've been sitting around like 30 degrees, slightly over as far as temperature, and not much snow, and like you can see quite a bit of ground when you go out there. And it's just weird. I'm so used to at least being a couple, like at least a foot or something. We've had probably 2 decent sized snowstorms. We had one in October, and then we had one, I think 2 days before Christmas, and we had a tiny bit after that or something. But otherwise, we didn't have snow for a long time. And you all done working out? I did. I finished. You should come over and say hi when you got a chance. Well, I'm not wearing pants. He's wearing pants. He says he's not wearing pants, but he is. You'll have to go back and rewatch. And Chase did his hair, so now he's I don't know what you'd call him. I called it like an avatar blue. It looks really good though. I would never dye my hair like that. I don't think I could dye my hair like that. It'd be weird. But yeah, I don't know what else to talk about. Like I said, this was kind of just a random test live stream. And I think it's cool that a couple of you all showed up to hear me babble as I do so well. And Ah, your aunt and uncle live in Minnesota. Baboon butt blue. I won't say that to him. That's cool that they're from Minnesota. Whereabouts in Minnesota are they from? This is pretty much where, like, almost my entire family is from Minnesota. Steve, I have no clue to where to figure out what kind of quality I'm putting out. I'm doing it through the YouTube app. I'm not doing it through OBS because I was going to try it through the YouTube app, and then I was going to try it through OBS at some point. And I would imagine OBS probably gives more information. But anyways, yeah, a lot of my family is from here in Minnesota. Okay, you'll ask what cities they're from. I got an uncle out in California. My mom and her boyfriend had moved out to Arizona. I got some cousins down in Florida, or a cousin down in Florida. Otherwise, I think the rest of the family pretty much is all here in Minnesota. And let's see if we can get Chase over here. He's listening to headphones, so I don't know. We gotta show him your hair. And then you gotta see what what color Little Wolf said maybe it is.
Do I want to know?
I don't know if you guys can hear him. So come on in. Well, this is Chase. Look at his hair. It's wild. It's crazy.
It's wild.
It's wild.
It's wild. Baboon butt blue. But aren't they red? Are they like pink?
They're
hot red.
Don't some of them have like blue and then other ones are red?
Blue balls, maybe.
Blue balls. I know there's some of those. Oh, look at everyone say hi.
Hey. Hi.
So Heat Shield is showing. Yeah, it should be high def at least 30. It claims that it can do 4K. We're talking about the camera.
Oh.
It claims it can do 4K, but I wouldn't know how to go about and do that.
I like that it has a little lid so you can close it.
Yeah, Bailey's hacking.
So
I told you he's sick.
So you can keep the government from watching you.
Yeah, see, like government. Oh, government. Goodbye. Yeah, poor Bailey's hacking. Go get a drink of water, buddy. Yeah, we can see 1080, but don't look like it. Yeah, I think if I were to go through OBS, then maybe it would give me 4K. Because I think it's supposed to do, I think.
I'm listening.
I think it's supposed to do 1080 at 60 frames per second and 4K at 30. But like I said, it might be app dependent.
Sounds right to me. Yeah.
You don't know.
No.
But yeah, I wouldn't know where else to figure out all this information. And Noki's licking the hell out of my hand right now. He's tasting chips. He's a licker. Go get mama.
He's shy now. He says.
Yeah, he says, "Put on my camera."
I love the camera. Little camera, love me.
Yeah. The chat delay is good too. Or is good though. We should do a pub stream.
What's that mean?
I don't know. What's a pub stream? I forget, maybe. See, this is gonna get dirty.
I'll leave you by yourself then.
A pup soon. Yeah, well, we should do. I'm trying to convince Chase to get on Discord so we can all play a game sometime. We need to get a game of Cards Against Humanity again. That was a lot of fun. And I know you would have a lot of ones that you'd put in that would just absolutely floor people on what your thoughts are. And Heat Shield says hello to you. Heat Shield, this is my fiance Chase.
Oh, hey.
So yeah.
It's so weird being in front of a camera and not looking like a beautiful woman. You know?
This is true. Oh, so I want your guys' opinion. My channel is up in the air, where it's about any topics. You know, it doesn't have to be aviation related or in the air. But I was thinking about doing a video on drag queens because Chase is a drag queen. Not full time right now. Hopefully that'll change soon. Damn COVID. But I was going to kind of discuss maybe like the misconceptions of it, because I know for me, when I first came out back in like 2000, you know, my views on drag queens were completely opposite of what they are now. Some of it because of like a friend in the past, and then also meeting Chase, and so it definitely changed my mind. And I figured, you know, what better way than to educate people on different things. And I kind of like teaching, and so I think it would be kind of fun to have Chase be a part of it and discuss that. So
It's a fun, weird world.
yeah, it is.
There's, even though like drag is televised now, that doesn't mean you know what drag is.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that it's still a subculture, and a lot of the people who live in the subculture of drag try to really thrive in the concept of it being a subculture still.
Yeah.
So even though you got like high platforms, we're still pretty divert from the regular populace.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. It's more fun than like daily stuff.
An odd fact, like very weird fact, the skydiving community and the drag community have way too many things in common. And then I met the debunking community and all you guys, and I realized how much y'all have in common with skydivers and drag queens, because we are a weird fucking bunch. That's all I can say is we're just a weird goddamn bunch of people. You know?
Yeah, you guys are weird.
You got a pup in the chat talking about licking, and we got a real dog licking, and we got someone who hurls himself out of airplanes, and we got a dude who dresses up as a woman, and we got some guy who thinks he's some sort of heat shield. You know, it's just
like X-Men.
So anyways, this was just a very random chat, and I was like surprised people kind of showed up right away, and I started babbling as I usually do.
Yeah.
So
that's okay.
Weird in the best way, and yeah, he's a furry, so it fits in perfectly. Exactly. We actually did, it wasn't necessarily a furry skydive, but we did a onesie skydive. And so everyone was in, you know, a bunch of animal onesies. And in fact, I have a video of me flying inside the wind tunnel wearing a unicorn onesie. And I was going to troll flat earthers by saying, look, unicorns do exist and they fly. Prove me wrong. It's on the internet, so it must be true. But misbehaving rocket party. I love it.
Like an X-Men.
Yeah, like
I
an
can't
X-Men.
remember his name right now, but there's someone like that.
Yeah. So if there's ever a time to chat when it comes to, especially if we're in Discord, this is another reason why I want Chase in Discord, is because I do not do comic books, and I don't know much on video games or like some of the sci-fi stuff, but you do, and like horror movies. He's the expert at it. I am not. So that's why I also kind of want to get him in there and discuss some things.
It's weird because I don't know where to look all the time.
I know. I'm having an issue of looking at the actual like video.
I like to look at myself.
Well, it's like weird because I feel like that's who I'm talking to, instead of looking at the camera and be like, oh, I'm talking to you guys. Oh, they're in the YouTube's land.
I like will be on camera. Camgirls.com.
So, can you guys hear Chase okay? Because like I said, I'm using this lavalier mic on this side, and I'm wondering if you guys can hear him decently too.
I wouldn't be surprised to know because I'm so soft-spoken.
Yeah, you are.
I'm so gentle.
Delicate little flower.
This is such a wisp.
This is Wing. She's a delicate little flower. If you guys ever seen South Park. And I don't want to do the voice because I don't want to offend anyone. So, Noki, you are going to town. We got to get Gizzy over here. Where's your brother? Gizzy. Come here. Come say hi to everyone, Gizzy.
Come here.
So Gizzy is my Pomeranian that I got. I got him at about a year old. And the family who had him before me abused him really bad. It was one of those where for about the first year that I had him, whatever side of the room I was on, he okay, he's just looking right at it. Whatever side of the room I was on, he was on the complete opposite side of the room. And it like the only time he'd come up to me is if I was laying on the bed under the covers, so that way he couldn't like see my body or something, and probably less of a threat. He took a long time to even remotely come up to me. Like now, you know, we called him and he came right over, and I'd say it took probably 3 years for that to happen. And within the last year, he finally started to willingly present his belly to me, where now he will come up and he will lay on his back and let me pet his belly. He still kind of does the cower type thing when you go up to him or approach him. Not as bad. And he does what I like to call roly-poly. He comes up, like we come home, and he like rolls around in our laps and tries to dig his head in and bury his head in and stuff like that. And there's just a lot of things. It's amazing how the first year of his life screwed him up so bad that here he is 8 years old now, and there's still little milestones that we're breaking, you know, with like the whole presenting of the belly and stuff. But Bailey was my first dog, the Min Pin. He was my first dog ever. I got him at 8 weeks old, and the breeder I went and got him from was about a 3-hour drive away, 2-3 hour drive away, but to fly the airplane out there was only an hour. So I rented an airplane. I landed at an airport close by to her, and I had Bailey, and within 5 minutes of having him, he had his first hour-long flight, and he did super well. And anytime I'd come home from work, if I wanted to go flying, I'd be like, Bailey, you want to go flying? And he got all excited. We'd go out to the airport. He'd do the walk around with me. I would have him off leash, and that's the one time when he wouldn't run away. Like if I have him off leash, not in a fenced in area, he goes and explores. But he would do the walk around with me around the airplane. I'd open the door and he'd jump right in, and he'd hop in the back and he'd sit down, and we'd go fly. And other than that, and so I think Bailey views me as his best friend. Noki, the long-haired Chihuahua, got him at about 8 weeks as well, which is funny because he was very independent when I first got him. And as time has gone on, he's become a clinger that I say he thinks I'm his soulmate, because he's always got to be around me or looking on my face or whatever. And then Gizzy, I think, views me as his guardian angel because he's always trying to protect me and gets grumpy at everyone outside. But anyways, I don't know what else to talk about. I just thought this was kind of fun. And I'm sure some night maybe what I'll do is I'll do live streams, and maybe I'll have something planned out, or maybe I'll just be like, hey, what do you guys want to talk about? What questions do you guys have? And we'll babble on.
It's a good
Babylon.
song.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I know what you're thinking, Babylon. So
It's great.
Chase and I got our nose rings at the same time. And I was going through my camera or my photos, and the face he has looking at the piercer when she goes to go do it. He's got like it's like daggers coming out of his eyes. It's
I was trying to be
hilarious.
calm and cool.
So, and if you guys haven't noticed, I feel like it's not focusing right. Maybe it is. I have a total of 19 piercings, none below the waist. Nothing will
some
ever go below
downstairs.
the waist. Yeah, nothing will go below the waist ever. I did have 21.
Could you imagine getting a dermal there?
Ugh, God, no.
Just,
No.
just like a trail leading down.
No.
Oh my
Like that
God.
Jacob's Ladder one. I don't get how people can do that. Do you know what that is?
Oh, I think they're kind of cool.
Oh,
I would never get one, but I think they're kind of cool.
yeah. I would have 21 piercings. It's either 21 or 22. I used to have hip piercings. And the reason why I got those is because my dad passed away in 2006. And it was cancer that started in his abdomen. They don't really know where it stemmed from. And it just kind of spread throughout his whole abdomen area into his lungs. He ended up with breast cancer. And then eventually it went into marrow, in his marrow. And so it was kind of a done for deal. But the reason why I got the hip piercings is because it was kind of like, in a weird way of like honoring the pain that he went through with the lower stomach area. And so that's why I had got my hips pierced. And I absolutely loved them. They were really cool. Had to get rid of them though once I started skydiving because the leg harness, the leg straps kind of started to dig into where it would go, especially, you know, so there's a few times after skydiving, they just looked angry. And so I got rid of them. And so now I am down, but I don't know if you guys saw when I first started, like I got 3 right here, Illuminati confirmed, upside down triangle, dermals, I got dermals there. So it's kind of like a spiritual thing for me. And then I have a big dragon tattoo on this side. And the dragon's eye is a dermal as well. And so it just, like pretty much everything that I have has some sort of meaning for me. Up here I got black, white, black. And for me, it's just to symbolize kind of like being able to hear truth and light throughout anything dark. And so that's kind of what that means for me. And yeah, heat shield, the upside down triangle too. I know I thought about like having pink stones, like the yeah, you know, back from the old World War II days. Mm-hmm. Which a lot of people don't know that that's where the pink triangle comes from.
I know, it's really sad history, actually.
It is very sad history.
But like the fact that what they turned it into now is pretty incredible.
Mm-hmm. Turned it into a symbol of power versus a symbol of suppression.
So, well, there's a suppression, but
or
like
oppression.
Of filing essentially for death and how you were going to die.
Right.
Horrible.
Yeah. Exactly.
But we're still here.
We're still here. But that's not what that one really represents. But I did think about it at one point of doing that. Mm-hmm. That would have been kind of funny. So, but that's my wonderful insight for tonight. I think I'm going to probably just end it here. Like I said, I babbled a lot. I already kind of talked a lot about a lot of things. Yeah, you got the Lady Gaga Babylon song in his head. So I'm going to say good night to you all. I'm sure I will probably see you in some live stream very soon, or I will see you in Discord, and we should try to set up a game, and I'm going to try to convince Chase to get in Discord too so we can play some games.
Oh, and Twilight Zone. I really like Twilight Zone, if anyone else likes that. The original Twilight Zone.
That came out of nowhere.
I was just thinking of things that like you don't normally get into that I get into, the science fiction.
That is
stuff.
true. Well, I do like Twilight Zone. I haven't watched it in a long time.
It's been a while, but yeah, I love Twilight Zone.
So, all right. We'll see you guys in a little bit. And I might do this randomly every now and then. See you guys later.
Is it a thing like with Mr. Roger? They all wave goodbye.